You know, every now and then you play a game that honestly surprises you and comes out of nowhere. I think I've found one of those. How's it going, guys? I am PattyJack, and I've been playing some Shardbound lately. This is a game that I got a pre-alpha code for. I guess it's going to Kickstarter today or very soon or something like that. I must have signed up for it a long time ago and then forgot about it. It ended up in my email. I was like, okay, this looks kind of neat, so I'll give it a shot, and by God, this game is like tailor-made for me. It's got everything in it that I love in video games. So let's talk a little bit about what it is for those that might be confused, and, just give an overview on the game, why I like it, where it's at right now, and things like that. So for those that might not have any idea what's going on right now, Shardbound is a turn-based card game TCG weird combination of stuff that somehow instantly grabbed me and really works. So what's going on right now is I'm playing a turn-based game, and then you get a hand of cards, kind of like Hearthstone, kind of like Magic. Similar to a game like Hearthstone, you get an extra mana every single turn, so you can play more powerful combos, and you can play like more powerful cards, more cards, depending on how far you get into the game. Also, like Hearthstone, you're controlling a hero character with their own abilities and powers as well. But the weird twist they've put on this one is they've made it into a turn-based, like hex grid game instead, which is what you're seeing right now. So it's like, take Hearthstone and then combine it with like a hex-based turn-based game. And they've really got this nice clean art style to it. There's lots of different combos you can throw into it and everything, and altogether they've managed to really make it feel like a cohesive thing, where I feel like a lot of other games have tried similar stuff to this in the past, but have either not had the budget to make it look really good, just haven't had the universe and the lore to make it look really nice, or just didn't have the game development skills to make everything work properly. Now, with Shardbound, I feel like they've kind of hit all these in a home run already. And you're going to be looking at this, thinking like, okay, what the hell is going on? There's little pink hearts on the screen and stuff. Well, this is another thing that I really enjoy about Shardbound so far. They seem to not care. They seem to want to throw in some nice, cool little different game modes in and stuff. So the reason you're seeing these hearts and things right now is that for a Valentine's Day event, I guess, is what they went with. You got this little card that I used at the start of this game that the other player had given me. And I guess if both players end up using that card, what happens is it makes it so you're not playing against each other anymore. It spawns all these hero characters that you have to work together with the other player to fight off. And if you do that, then it counts as a win. I think that's hilarious. I wish that more games would just, try to alleviate the really hard PvP aspects from them, so you're not feeling like with every loss it's a terrible disgrace on humanity or anything. So this really caught me off guard because I had no idea it was a thing or anything, and all of a sudden this game went from being, kind of a PvP focused thing to just being a ton of fun. It's a game that doesn't take itself super seriously, yet it's got all the mechanics to when you're playing it, you can take it seriously. Like, it's got all these different cards with different effects. They do things like war cries, which are very similar to instant effects in a game like Magic or Hearthstone. It's got some other ideas taken from other games like Magic, say like creatures will have flying abilities, so they can fly further across the map, or they can go over terrain that other creatures couldn't use and other things like that. It's got spells like Hearthstone and Magic as well, and you're utilizing all these things, except instead of using lanes or using two sides of a game board, the game board is kind of like this almost Warhammer-esque turn-based thing instead. And it works really well in a video game, of course, because you can utilize all these other little rule sets that you couldn't usually use in like a real turn-based game. So I really appreciate everything this game is doing. And you add on to that it looks really good already. It's got some great art assets. I love the story direction they're going with it. Everything looks super clean. It's got some very interesting characters in it already, albeit a lot of it is unfinished because this is in pre-alpha. But being a pre-alpha, there's a hell of a lot of stuff already in the game. It's really nice and refreshing to play a game like Shardbound, especially at this early stage where it feels like everything works. Now, is everything balanced? Hell no. There's a ton of things, and I've only played this game for about a day and a half, right? So I'm not going to say that the game is perfect or super balanced or anything like that, but so far, it's just really fun to play, you know? You can get into this game not knowing what the hell you're doing and play a few rounds, and if you're tired of getting, you know, like, stomped by other players or something weird like this Valentine's Day event will pop up, and it kind of takes the edge off, and I would love a lot more games to do that. So, Shardbound to me is a very interesting beast, you know? We've seen, over the last few years, a lot of games like it have popped up, you know, that try to take Hearthstone ideas, or Magic the Gathering, or say any other, like, turn-based game. They try to do, like, their own unique twist on it, but Shardbound seems to have already succeeded in that it can make a game that functionally works, even in a pre-alpha phase. This game hasn't even gone to Kickstarter yet, and it's still already got a working client with an online community, with Twitch integration in it already. There's people that are streaming. I think Strippin is streaming it right now, which is really good to see, because all in all, they've kind of created a game that functionally works before they've actually really launched it to the public. I love that. Games need to do that more often. They put a ton of effort into making the different maps and the different items and characters in the game as well. They've all got voices and personalities already. Well, most of them, you're going to see a lot of cards that say, like, you know, they're pre-alpha art and set pieces, so they're not the final thing in the game. There's a lot of characters that look the same still because they haven't made the art or the character models for them yet they do have all the abilities and everything. That can get a little bit confusing, because the character that you just saw get summoned in right there, you're going to see a billion of her that all do different things. That's because she's like the generic placeholder for that any unfinished character in the game. But it's really good to see that we can actually have a game that works well, and it's got online support already. You can play it whenever. It's on 24/7. It's not like they're having a beta weekend or anything. And they're just now going into Kickstarter, so people can see things like, oh, there's people that are streaming this game. There's things that, you know, we can go see, like the video I'm doing right now. I can go see exactly what this game is about. And I'm not going to go into all the specifics about, like, all the gameplay mechanics and everything, because I'm not that type of person. I can't explain that to you, especially after only a day and a half. But what I can say is that so far, I've had a lot of fun playing it, and that so far, it seems like the developer really cares about making a good game that they can show to people before they try to ask for your money. So, you know, Shardbound honestly might be something that you want to look into if you like turn-based games, if you like TCGs, and if you like games that take a little bit of ideas from other genres, and they put them all into one thing to try to make something that feels a little bit unique, but still easy to get a hold of. I mean, I played a lot of Hearthstone at one point, and playing this game, I instantly knew what I was doing. You know, it takes some very, it takes like some very generic and simple turn-based elements on like a hex grid, adds in some other elements from other genres, like I said, and if you've played any of those genres before, then you're gonna find something that screams to you, okay, I kind of get what's going on here, I know what I'm doing. So, this one, in my opinion, Shardbound is definitely worth being on your radar. It's something that you should check out, and I enjoy it. I'm going to be looking at this one for a long time, and yeah, good job, developers. You've done something that has at least piqued my interest. So anyways, this game is currently in pre-alpha. They haven't paid me to do any of this gushing or anything like that. This is all on my own volition. I really enjoy it, and I think that if you can get access to it, you can try it out and see if it's something that you might be interested in the future as well. I am PattyJack. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you want to support me, a couple ways you can do that. VidMe and Patreon are the best places, and thanks to all the people that have supported me recently on there as well. I do appreciate it. If you want to continue the discussion, of course, you can go over to my Discord server. I get a lot of cool people over there, and I'm usually there too if you have any questions for me, or you just want to have a chat. And I'm going to see you guys next time. I got to go play some more Shardbound, though. Seriously, I like this game. It's fun. It's fun time.